Welcome to Now Let's Talk, the podcast with Vanessa Corwin and Kathleen Kaan, where we speak with our guests about the joys and challenges of life in today's world. Hello, I'm Vanessa Corwin.
And I'm Kathleen Kaan.
This podcast is going to be a little different because one of the people that we'll be interviewing is none other than my podcast partner, Kathleen Kaan. Now, Kathleen is writer and executive producer of the short film 5 Flights, which will screen on Sunday, May 5th at the International Filmmaker Festival in New York. And along with Kat, we have our director, Daryl Denner, the producer, yours truly, and one of our very talented cast members, Johnny Tamaro. Welcome, guys. And Kat, let us just start with you. Talk about what this movie is about and what inspired you to write it.
Well, 5 Flights is my first short film, and I'm hoping it won't be my last. It's a dramatic account of domestic abuse seen through a child's eye. There's a husband, wife, and a child, but we never see the child. We do hear her. I had what the child said. I wrote that a long time ago. And so it was there. And I thought it was time to follow up with a story.
So, but Kat, your background is in music and you kind of turned to writing as a focus.
Yeah, I sang all my life and sang internationally with my own act and worked with great people. One day I woke up with what is called sudden hearing loss, and that just wiped out one side of my head, my ear, and it took me a long time to even walk straight. So I knew I had to do something creative, and that's when I wrote my play, Teddy's Dollhouse, which I'm still kind of working on. When COVID hit, Vanessa, we both thought we should do a podcast around COVID. And that's when I started writing these short stories. And I've had Remember, which was produced in New York, and Lost and Found, which we did for Virtual Arts Festival, and 5 Flights. Started with a terrible thing, but it's wound up to be a gift.
Bit of a silver lining.
Yeah.
So, Daryl, tell us what attracted you to direct 5 Flights, and can you talk about your process? Was there a lot of improv? Did you rehearse a lot? How did that unfold?
What attracted me to the project was I felt it was the story was very grounded, and it just felt so real, and it kind of threw me back to the days of like John Cassavetes when he was doing his independent filmmaking, and it had that kind of feel, like these people felt real. And essentially it's like I like the idea of just having the audience like a fly on the wall as they're listening and watching how this relationship is between these characters. But yeah, I really enjoyed the realism of it. It was really exciting to once I read the script, I was like, yeah, this would definitely be a great project to go into. And as far as my process, I mean, I don't remember. I don't think we did any improv, but the actors, Johnny and Conchetta, they came in. They were when we were rehearsing, they were already prepared. They understood their characters, so that made my job a lot easier. I mean, there was just little things I was maybe just tweaking, but they already had an idea. They understood their characters fully, and it was just a pleasure just working with them on that.
Johnny, what attracted you to the role of Frank?
Kathleen and I have been working together for a while now, and when she approached me about this script, she sent it to me, and I read it, and the conversational aspect of the dialogue was so raw and so real, and I was excited about the the seriousness of it, because I'm usually drawn to comedy and comedic roles, and the seriousness of it really was the thing that made me go, oh wow, I think I want to get into this. And then we had somebody else for the role, and that person couldn't do it. And then Kathleen reached out to me and said, oh, we have a Conchetta Rella. And I was like, I know, it said she's 10 years old. What? So that was crazy in itself.
So the
And
chemistry was amazing.
oh, it was great. And the two characters are so vulnerable in their own way. And to be in that situation with someone that I kind of had a relationship with was it was comfortable to come out of my, that's odd to say, it was comfortable to come out of my comfort zone and be in that serious rawness of the part. And I had a great time the whole day. It was very inspiring. It was very cathartic for me, and it was great.
Which is leads me to what I was going to say is I wanted to just say a few words about the production, which, first of all, since Kathleen was funding this project, obviously budget was a concern. And we were extremely fortunate to get a location that turned out to be basically a one-stop shop. It had everything we needed: our exteriors, our interiors, a staircase. It really had it all. The apartment, it was just perfect. And because of this, we were able to complete the entire shoot in one day. And that, without any company moves or anything like that, which would have extended our time. And also because we had an outstanding, not to mention cast, but an outstanding crew, we were thrilled to be able to complete it in that one day.
I agree.
Yeah.
Everything went extremely smooth. The way Daryl spoke to us before each take and before each moment, like he said, to tweak little things, was extremely helpful. And everyone else at the shoot, it was like we were just, a couple of friends just hanging out, making a movie. And but everybody knew their job. Everybody did their job, but it was still a relaxed, fun day and set.
It was amazing for me to see this come to life. And Johnny and Conchetta were amazing. Conchetta's not here today to talk to us, but Daryl Denner is my hero. I love him. And we were right on the same page at the same time, right, Daryl? Even when I said, and the only thing I said was that I wanted to shoot this in black and white.
Which, when you mentioned it, I was like, wow, that was, I didn't think about that, but when you mentioned it, I said, oh, that is perfect. That goes with this kind of story. So I totally agreed with it.
Let's now talk about, now Five Flights, has been in a few film festivals and won a few awards. So Kathleen, talk about your experiences with these festivals. What was that like for you to see your film projected on a big screen in a real movie theater?
It's always in my head what Daryl had said when I was submitting to festivals. Don't go crazy. That's the number one. And don't get depressed if, you get rejection letters. Well, I went crazy. And then I kind of backed down a little bit. And at the beginning, it was back to back to back. 3 festivals in New York selected us. And I thought, this is too good to be true. And we had a wonderful, beautiful festivals at the, we were at the International Film Festival of Manhattan, the Big Apple Film Festival and the New York Short Festival. And it was just done so well, and I was so proud and happy.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And now Sunday we're in the International Filmmakers Festival, and that's been around 16 years, I think. I've learned a lot, but I've learned it from Daryl. He's the one who guided me.
Yes. Daryl, you were our spirit guide, you know. Oh, you
well,
were. Absolutely.
It was great
Absolutely.
working with you guys. So, it's definitely a pleasure. So, and to see the film getting into these festivals is definitely it's amazing. It's amazing. It's already had an amazing run. So I'm very
Yeah.
proud of it.
And we're hoping there will be more. So, because we've entered more, so we'll see. So,
But I will say one thing funny, Daryl, when you said to me, don't get down when you have rejections. Well, of course, I've gotten some rejection letters. They're the kindest thing. They're so kind. And Tribeca just sent me a letter that I swear I think I want to frame. It was it was the loveliest rejection I've ever had. Let me put it.
Well, that's good.
it was pretty nice, I gotta say.
Well, listen, just hearing from Tribeca, that's great.
Johnny,
Yes.
let's go over to you. Do you have any upcoming projects in the works that you would like to tell us about?
I do. We're doing a staged reading at the Sheen Center on Wednesday, May 22nd at 4:00. And it's a script called It Fell Off a Truck. And it's about this husband and wife. His father comes out of the witness protection program, and the FBI drops him off at my house, at his house, and I play the son. And this is the thing that we've been doing for many years, different incarnations of we did a reading on Zoom with Stacy Keach playing my father.
Wow.
We did a staged reading 2 years ago with David Proval playing my father of Mean Streets and Sopranos fame. And on May 22nd, Tony Danza will be playing my father. And for me, that's a huge, huge thing, because both of us are from Brooklyn. And I grew up watching Taxi and Who's the Boss, and watching this Italian kid from Brooklyn make it and do it. And now I'm reading, playing a character that's his son. So it's going to be great. It's written by Jules Filer and directed by Charles Messina. Also starring my good friend Jolie Tribuzio and Dominic Scaglione Jr. and Amelia Milo and Michael Townsend Wright.
Great. So how can we get tickets?
Oh yes, there's limited seating, but if you email It Fell Off a Truck rsvp@gmail.com, you can request free tickets.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is awesome, John.
Yeah, and then also waiting on The Wanderer to hit Broadway sometime soon.
Okay.
Oh, well, we will certainly stay tuned for that. And Daryl, what about you? What have you got in the works?
Well, I've recently wrapped on a short film that late last year with that I filmed with Conchetta. So that film has been sent out to festivals, so I'm just waiting to see how that does. And a filmmaker got in touch with me that he wanted to work with me on doing a horror feature. So we're still in the works with that one. So that's kind of where I've been right now.
Great. Well, keep us posted on these on the new film.
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll see you guys at the screening on Sunday. Just so everybody knows, 5 Flights will screen on Sunday, May 5th at 6 p.m. as part of the International Filmmaker Festival of New York at the Producers Club Theater. Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. You go to eventbrite.com and search for International Filmmaker Festival of New York. Thanks for joining us. We'd love to hear from you, so please visit our website at nowletstalkthepodcast.com and send us your comments and questions. We'll see you next time.